Hey everybody, this is going to be one of the questions of the day from our Facebook group. I'm going to start doing some of these on here on the YouTube channel if I can to help some of you guys out who might prefer to stay off of Facebook as much as you can, or don't have a Facebook account and this might be your only means to get any of our insights, all right? So I'm gonna make these shorter. I just do one video for each question. Whenever I don't always have time for these, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to do some of these content for you guys. So the more I put it out there, the easier it is to find and kind of the point, right? All right. So the first question I have here is from Lisa T. She wants to know how to start a Roth account. All right, so a couple little things here. You're going to hit one of my pet peeves here if you talk about starting a Roth account. It is not a Roth account. It is either a TSP account, a Roth TSP, or a Roth IRA. Or if you're not TSP, a Roth 401k also. Don't just say a Roth account, okay? That's too specific, and it should not be used by itself. It needs to be attached to some other type of account to specify what type of retirement vehicle you're dealing with. Because the only thing Roth actually means is that the money that's involved in that account has already been taxed before it goes into the account in question. And after that point, once it's in the account, it grows essentially tax free. So that's why I don't want to hear people talking or see people saying just a Roth. Say whether it's a Roth IRA or Roth TSP, and don't assume that Roth TSP and Roth IRA are the same. They're not. They're completely different. They have two completely different tax rules. So don't confuse the two with each other, and don't think that just because you see the word Roth that it means that it's an IRA account, all right? So that out of the way, so let's start with Roth TSP because it's TSP related channel here. So the way to do that is you really just go to your agency benefits page, the same one where you specify how much of your money you want to put into your TSP account. Say if you want to change how much your contribution is, maybe you want to increase by $100 a week or something, or a pay period, or not week, but for civilians it's every 2 weeks. And the paydays actually change by vary basically by what agency you're with. For active duty personnel, it's once a month. But even though you get paid bi-weekly, or not bi-weekly, bi-monthly, the pay periods actually are treated as once a month for active duty personnel. Okay. Either way, you go to your agency's page that you go to specify how much you want to go into your TSP, or maybe want to change your contribution amount. On that page is where you go to start contributions to Roth TSP. That should be broken up there on that page between traditional TSP and Roth TSP. All right, so the contribution limit for Roth TSP, or actually, well, I'll just say for TSP as a whole, is $19,500 per year. This is your personal contribution limit. This doesn't have anything to do with agency match. Actually, the IRS max contribution limit from all sources per year to any 401k type plan is $58,000. That does not include catch-up contributions, by the way. So if you're over age 50 and you're able to do the $6,500 a year catch-up, you can add the $6,500 to that $58,000. All right, so so that's the first thing to keep in mind here. $19,500 per year is the personal contribution limit to anything named TSP as a whole. So if you have both traditional and Roth TSP accounts, the sum of those can only add up to $19,500. And then if you have, let's say, an external, let's say you have a second job that also has a 401k program, TSP is part of the 401k rules. So, and the only amount that any individual can contribute to any combination of 401k accounts is $19,500. We have a good number of dual status personnel here who are both military and civilian. I myself was one of those until I retired from the military side. It also applies to you there as well. You might have both military and civilian TSP accounts, and if you're dual status, you can contribute to both. Same rule applies there. If you're putting $19,500 into your civilian traditional TSP, you won't be able to put anything else into any of the other types. You can't put anything into military TSP of any type or Roth TSP if you're already putting in the max 19.5. But you can always, like I say, play the shell game. Decide on your own how much you want to contribute to each of those different types of accounts, and it's up to you. It's again, the Roth part only specifies that you're already getting taxed on that money that particular tax year, and it's going to grow tax free. And then years later, when you're ready to start withdrawing from the account, you can withdraw it tax free. There are certain limitations that apply. Um, Basically, if you're if it's like I say, a Roth IRA account, or actually, well, both Roth TSP and Roth IRA, you're going to have the 5-year rule. So in other words, you have to have the account for at least 5 years after you start contributing to it before you can withdraw penalty free. If you start withdrawing sooner than that, you're going to incur penalties. Okay, so that's what I want you to keep in mind here. Now, Roth IRA account, on the other hand, any number of brokers have Roth IRA account options available to you. So you can go to any regular traditional broker, like the most popular ones seem to be Vanguard and Fidelity, but maybe you have a regular taxable brokerage account elsewhere through like TD Ameritrade or E-Trade or something along that line. I don't know about Robinhood if they have IRA vehicles there. I'm not a Robinhood user, but all these types of broker banks or institutions, whatever, what you call a taxable brokerage account, or TBA broker. And most of these TBA, most of these online brokers do have IRA vehicles available to you as well. So if you do choose that you want to invest in an IRA, it doesn't matter if it's traditional or Roth, and some of these brokers you can even invest in. You can do spousal IRAs and custodial IRAs. I'm not going to get on the weeds on this right here, but those are options available to you. I'm going to encourage you to do research on those if you think those might apply to you or might be of interest to you, and ask questions if you want some more clarification on those. But right now, I just want to talk about how to get started and keep this kind of short and to the point, right? So start in Roth TSP, go to your agency benefits page, and then just tell that you want to contribute a specific percent to Roth TSP. Or actually a specific dollar amount or percent if you're civilian, and if you're active duty, you can only do by percent. All right, so how much you can contribute and all this other kind of stuff. I already kind of covered a little bit with the TSP side of it, but again, I want to keep these answers as short as possible and kind of to the point. I don't want to go too much into the weeds with stuff. So if you have other questions on that, don't hesitate to ask them, whether in the group or in the comment section on this video. Right? That's all I have, and we'll move on to the next one. Thanks.